Hi Year 4, hope you're all okay. This is just a quick video to go through your writing for this week as it is slightly different to normal. So as usual, you have a learning intention, which is for this week to rewrite a story with some changes. And your success criteria is to use structured and organised paragraphs. You need to change some aspects of the original story, expand the noun phrases, and your Anne and Pete sentence for the week is last word, first word sentences. So you still have a learning intention and a success criteria. It's just the things you're doing on each day might be a bit different to what you do normally. So there's also no video for this week. It's based on the story which you actually read last week for your reading comprehension, King Midas and the Golden Touch. Now, I have uploaded a copy of it if you didn't manage to read it last week. The one which I have uploaded is a bit different. It has some differences in it, but the story is still the same. So you can use either, it's up to you. It doesn't make too much of a difference. So today, on Monday, you're going to read the story. So you might just want to quickly read through it again just to kind of recap it so you remember what went on in the story. And then you're going to create a storyboard of the story. Okay, so you're going to go through it and then you will draw the pictures of in each box to story map out what happens, and then you're going to add in different nouns and adjectives which you might want to use in your story. So then once you've done that, on Tuesday, you're going to change some of the aspects of the story. So you might want to change what he changes things into. So you can see here, instead of changing things into gold, it's King Midas and the Diamond Touch. So he touches things and they turn into diamonds. You might want to change what he touches. So instead of changing his bed, water, and food to gold, I've changed it to his jumper, porridge, and apple. And I've also changed the fairy to an elf, so you can change that as well. So that's just an idea of what you could change some of the things to. You can be creative as you want with it, but it's up to you what you want to change them to. So on Tuesday, you'll decide what you're going to change each aspect to, and then you'll story map the story again, but with your changes. Okay, so it's just like a basic kind of waggle for you to see. And this is what you'll do on Tuesday. So then you're ready to write up on Wednesday. So the more things you have on it which you're going to use in your writing on Tuesday, it will benefit you more on the Wednesday. So on the Wednesday, you'll write the first part of the story. So you might just want to focus on the first 3 boxes of your storyboard and write those out. And then on the Thursday, you'll write the last 3 boxes. So I'll just quickly read through the first 3 paragraphs and then we'll go through the last part as well. So here we go. A long time ago, there was a greedy, selfish king named King Midas. He had a beautiful daughter who he loved very much, but he had another love which was even greater than diamonds. Diamonds were his favourite thing in the world. The king loved diamonds so much that he had a whole room full of diamonds in his towering grand castle. One frosty afternoon, a strange, colourful elf arrived in the castle. The elf had a glistening long wand in his hand and explained that he could grant the king any wish. The king instantly decided on his wish. "I would like more diamonds," the king exclaimed excitedly. "Your wish is my command. By sunrise tomorrow, anything you touch will turn into diamond. But I must warn you that this will not bring you happiness," the elf explained to the king. The next day, the king woke up and jumped out of bed eagerly. He ran to the wardrobe and pulled out his favourite burgundy woolly jumper. However, as he tried to pull it out of his wardrobe, the jumper turned into a bright, dazzling diamond. The king was so amazed that he went down to the kitchen for his breakfast and found his hot, steaming porridge waiting for him. He grabbed the bowl, ready to eat his delicious porridge, but that too turned into diamond. The king was starting to feel frustrated as he felt hungry, so he tried to quickly grab an apple to eat, but as soon as it reached his lips, it had turned to a diamond too. So those are just based on the first 3 boxes. So you can see I've included quite a few expanded noun phrases. So in the first sentence it says greedy, selfish king. So an expanded noun phrase is where you have 2 or more adjectives before the noun. There's also one, let's have a look here. So it says a strange, colourful elf. So the 2 adjectives are strange and colourful and the noun is elf. And I've also included some Anne and Pete sentences. So this one here where it says, but he had another love which was even greater than his diamonds. Diamonds were his favourite thing in the world, so it's kind of emphasising the point that he likes diamonds. So think carefully about where you want to put your Alan Peake sentences in, and make sure your paragraphs are nice and organized. Because you've done a story map, that should be quite straightforward, because you can maybe do a paragraph on each box in your story map. But just remember, if you're doing speech between the king and the fairy or the elf, whichever character you're choosing, you've got to start a new line when each new person talks. So you can see it here where the king talks, and then I start a new line to write what the elf has said. So just remember that if you're doing speech in your story. So then, as I said, on Thursday, you'll write the rest of your story. So you'll write the final 3 parts using your story plan. So I'll read through this, and then I'll go through your Friday task. As quick as a flash, the king ran to find his daughter for help. He found her in the garden and kissed her with his lips, although before he knew it, she had turned into a stunning crystal-clear diamond statue. The king stared at her in sorrow. Sorrow flooded through his body as he ran back to where the elf had appeared and begged for the elf to come back and change his wish. Please, elf, take away this horrible diamond gift. Take away my land, my wealth. Just give me back my daughter, cried the king. All of a sudden, the elf presented himself. I am glad that you have learned your lesson. You must fill up the large pitcher with spring water from the fountain and pour it over anything you touch, stated the elf. The king quickly did what he was told, as he ran as fast as he could to fill up the pitcher and splashed it over his daughter. Almost unbelievably, it worked. The king's daughter had changed back to herself. The king felt overjoyed and rapidly ran to splash everything else which he had turned into diamonds. That evening, the king and his daughter ate their tea blissfully. The king had never been so happy in his life, and he would never take anything for granted again. So, your learning intention for this week, just to refer back to it, was to rewrite a story with some changes. So that is what the Waggle is showing. So I've kept the actual story itself is exactly the same. I've just changed some elements of it. So you're kind of rewriting it, making it as exciting as you can, but adding some differences into it. So then on Friday, once you've written it, you're going to go through it and edit and improve your story. You can rewrite it if you want, and then send it in, or if you want to publish it like the original story, you could draw a picture on a page with the paragraph underneath it and repeat that for all of the paragraphs. That's if you want a kind of challenge for Friday, but that's up to you. So I hope this video helped. It's just a quick one this week, and I hope the structure is clear for the writing task, because it is a bit different, but I thought it would be good because you have done the story last week, so that's why we kind of chose to do this for this week for your writing. If there's any questions, just let us know and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can.